Hey guys, what's going on? Ruben here once again for week 4 of our workout videos. Today we're going to be incorporating a little bit of cooking. Again, this is just a little bit of what I do on a day-to-day basis. This is going to be what I usually do on my off season. This is not prepping for a show or anything like that. Please keep in mind that the most important part of fitness and your working out starts in the kitchen. You develop abs in the kitchen. You don't develop them doing 5,000 sit-ups each day. So we're going to start out by cooking a little bit. Today we're going to do a little bit of steak sirloin, a little ground turkey, some brown rice. We're going to cook some vegetables as well. And then what I usually do in the morning, which is my eggs and oatmeal. So let's turn around and let's get started. Here we have the steak sirloin all ready to go. I don't cook the whole thing. I usually do about 2 or 3 big blocks of steak. I marinated a little bit with some steak seasoning right here, and I flip it around both sides. So we'll put this in the oven, about 325 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes, depending on how, if you want a medium done, well done. So let's go on and do the rice now. Here we're gonna cook a little bit of rice, guys. I recommend that you guys talk to your nutritionists, dietitians, your coach, your nutrition gurus, and to see if rice is appropriate for you. Again, it all depends of your diet. If he or she decides to plug in rice for your diet during the season, off season, whatever it is. Since I'm on off season, I do use a little bit of carbohydrates. I decided to do some brown rice for 1, maybe 2 meals of my day. Right now, I'm just gonna cook 2 cups of rice for the next couple of days. So we have 2 cups of rice right here. We'll just let that sit and cook on its own. And now we're gonna get to the greens. Here we have the ground turkey. It's one of my favorite, besides the steak. Ground turkey is one of my favorite. We do buy this in bulk. There's 4 of these that come in a package if you go to the big stores. For cooking purposes, for tonight, we're only just gonna cook 1. And I do also use the same seasoning as I use for the steak for the ground turkey. It's the best one I've found so far out there is 97% lean, only 3% fat. This usually also takes about 25 minutes to half an hour. I usually use the same seasoning as I use for the steak. We got the broccoli now. This could be the best part of the nutrition part for some. For others, it might be the worst. So again, we usually buy these in bulk at the big grocery stores. So we're just gonna chop them into little pieces. This is where we crack our eggs. Like I said, we do anywhere between 10 to 14 eggs in the morning, anywhere between 10 to 14 eggs at night as well. Eggs, I like to get my proteins from eggs as well. I'll show you just a couple of cracks. We usually crack and take the yellow out and not do nothing but the whites. If I do 10 eggs, I usually will leave 2 yellow. Same thing with if I do 10 or 14, I usually do no more than 2 whole eggs. Let's start cracking. Some greens or broccoli with my eggs. So what I did is I just left the broccoli in. I did about a half a cup to a cup, a little longer, and I just made them really, really soft. Grab the fork and use this little plastic container, and it's just smashed them all up. And I'll just throw the broccoli right in here. And then I'll just continue mixing everything together. What I do also, I mix it around a lot because eating the same thing over and over can get a little boring. So So I'll throw some ground turkey as well, and mix the ground turkey with my eggs either in the morning or at night. Throw some ground turkey in here. Just mix it up. Let it cook there for a little bit. This is oatmeal. I usually eat my oatmeals about 4:30 in the morning. I do about a cup of oatmeals. I do some peanut butter with it. Again, all this is pre-contest. I'm sorry, all season. I do this all season. I'll do about a cup of oatmeal with some peanut butter, and again, 4:30 in the morning. Doesn't matter if I'm training in the morning or if I'm training at night. I usually do it to spike up my glycogen levels. After I throw it in the microwave, I usually will put about 2 scoops of isolated protein with my oatmeals, mix it all together, and I eat it. Depending on if I'm going to work or if I'm going to the gym, I usually will go back to sleep if I have to go to work, because I usually have about an hour or two. If I'm going to the gym, I usually start getting ready with my pre-workout, which we'll talk about in another video. I usually get all my meals and measure, and I usually put it anywhere between 10 or 12 ounces of meat, which is my proteins. Where I got that calculation, in order to gain weight, you want to, just to keep it a simple math, it's about 1.5 to 1.7 grams of protein per body fat. So whatever you weigh times 1.5, 1.7, depending on how much protein you want to intake. Then you divide that total number, you divide that by the amount of meals that you eat. So usually for my calculations, I came out with 12 ounces of steak. I do that two times a day. So cut up the steak already. Usually just pour it in, and then I'll use, we're gonna use a broccoli with this. So we'll have that. Then we'll add the broccoli on top of that. Usually broccoli is about a cup and a half of broccoli. And there you have meal 1 ready. This is one of my other meals that I do a lot during the day. Here we have the ground turkey and rice. Usually I do about, again, 12 ounces of ground turkey. My off season, I like to put a little barbecue sauce with it. You guys can put whatever kind of sauce, so it won't be so dry. And that we're looking about 12 ounces right there. I like to put a little barbecue sauce to it, and then I'll mix it with about a cup of rice. And here we have another one of the meals, and that should be good to go for the day. Now, thanks a lot for coming out, guys. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this cooking video. Coming up next week, we will be back in the gym. We will be doing a leg workout, or if not, a bicep workout. We haven't figured that out yet, but come and join us, and we'll talk a little bit about supplements as well. Thanks a lot.